This is Unchaining entry number 2. It's January 16th, 2026, and I've had this word now for a couple of weeks, actively working with it for the last week or so. And what has become one of my favorite questions is, who would I be if I unchained from ... From the worry, from the doubt, from the anxiety, from the fear, from the concern, from the rumination, from all of the things that take me off of my best self. Who would I be if I could unchain from that? I gotta tell you, that question has been paying off this week. I've had some wins, and I definitely have some places where there's a lot of work to do around unchaining, and that's the part that scares me. But the part that excites me and gives me this giddy girl vibe are those quick wins. I don't think I anticipated how impactful this question could be in those moments of uncertainty when all I just need is my own voice to say, yeah, you got this. So let me give you an example. Today, I had to write them down. There's a few things this week. Today is the first day that I am not going to the gym since January 1st. I've been in the gym every day since January 1st. Was not a resolution, just FYI. It was just a re-stepping back into my practice. I'd been off my practice for a couple of months, and I was getting back into the routine. So January 1st to the 15th, I have been in the gym. I have exercised, cardio, weight training, stretching every day. Today, I woke up late. I stretched, turned over, decided to have a lazy morning. That immediately leads me to a thought. You see, I have a pattern, and I know this because I'm 56 and I've been in and out of the gym many years. I have a pattern of behavior that I have observed that when I take one rest day, it leads to 2, leads to 3, leads to 4 weeks later, I'm not in the gym. And so I recognized when I rolled over, I asked myself, can you afford to give yourself a rest day? Now listen, I know rest days are incredibly important. And trying to balance out the awareness of my habit. I debated for a while. Ultimately, I decided I'm going to give myself a rest day. And here's where the question comes in. Aware of my habit, aware of my desire, my body's saying it's a day to just relax. Who would I be if I unchained from the belief that tomorrow I'm not going to go to the gym? Because that's the immediate thing that fills in the space when I don't go. Is that, oh, if you don't go today, you know you're not going tomorrow, and you know you're not going day 3, and it's going to be 4 weeks again. There's a storyline I have about my ability to get back into it. And that would probably create some worry today and a drive to get to the gym later today to correct my behavior. I'm going to sit in my day of rest today. I'm going to give myself permission to fully rest today from the gym and unchain myself from the habitual belief that I will not go tomorrow. I'm going to release myself from that part, because who would I be if I didn't believe that thought, if I unchained from that internal thought that I'm not going to go tomorrow? I'd be committed to going tomorrow. So that's my goal. So actively working on this question, getting quick wins, and it's almost dissipating a lot of the anxiety, stress, tension, rumination I would have on these things. Second example where I had a quick win. Earlier this week, I got off a coaching call with a client, and when I saw the feedback from the session, it confirmed what I was intuitively knowing. And I was out walking around with the dog, and I was ruminating about this client. I'm like, oh, I really need to call this out and name this. I had a story that it wouldn't be appropriate to send the email. And I asked myself, who would you be if you unchained from this belief? Instantly, I heard myself answer, I would send the email. No questions. So I designed the email and I sent it. So this question is helping me get out of that first layer of concern and back to my intuitive self. I think that's what it's doing. I'm still working through that. Now there are bigger things afoot. I am actively in therapy, working through trauma. trauma from workplace bullying, trauma from online bullying, trauma from harassment through emails and text messages over the years, trauma from not being able to have the influence and an outcome that I expected to have. Oh my gosh, that's like the worst, gaslighting myself. There's a lot of trauma. Trauma goes all the way back to childhood. A lot of us have it. I'm always actively working on it. And every time I think I get to a level where I'm like good, another thing shows up, which is why I know there will always be something to explore, which is kind of cool and kind of frustrating in some ways too. It's the leveling up, right? It's the leveling up. When you're ready for the next lesson, it appears. At any rate, I am digressing. And in my head, I notice right now, as I'm recording this, I have a story that my digresses, my squirrel moments, could pull people's attention away, could make them have a judgment of me in some way. So I'm actively going to ask myself right now, who would I be if I unchained from that belief? I would be less concerned about how others feel, because this video log is for me. It's for me to look back on and see my growth. So I'm just going to release it. To the universe it goes. But the trauma is the one that gives me the scary feeling around unchaining. This showed up in a few ways. I was talking with a friend, and I can't remember what was said now at this point, but I do remember thinking, what if I'm so afraid to release my attachment with the word trauma because I don't know what's on the other side? It's like I've synonymously matched Tammy with trauma. it's the work I do. I help others with workplace bullying, communication skills, conflict. I speak about it. Tammy is very much enmeshed with the word trauma. And who would I be if I could unchain myself from maybe the deeper core attachment of trauma? It can be what I do, but does it have to be who I am? Big question to ask that I will be unpacking this year. My most immediate thoughts right here are that trauma is the shortcut to understanding. When I share with others I've been through trauma, almost viscerally and intuitively, people can connect and understand what that is. And so unchaining from that feels a little bit like I'm having to surgically remove a part of who I am. I don't know if that's going to be the goal. I don't know if that needs to be the goal, but I'm questioning and wondering, who could I be? Who would I be if I was unchained from holding so tightly on to the label of trauma? I think that's more it. Holding so tightly on to the label of trauma. I think I hold a belief around that if I were to release my attachment to the word and the experience of trauma, I can't even articulate it. It feels so foreign. Listen, I know we hold on to labels. We wear them like a second skin, and I don't want to wear it like a second skin. I want it to be something that happened to me, but not something of who I am. And I'm not even sure if I'm attached to it as to who I am, but there's an unchaining that needs to happen here. And so that's part of what's been working on this week in the deeper level, where there's a lot of opening up for opportunity to think about this. Just looking at my notes here. The other place I struggled this week, and I'm just going to document all of it. See, I got a story right now that the length of this video is getting too long, and I need to unchain from that worry. I'm already unbelievable the things that come up. My thought is, wow. I'm thinking that because I'm taking up too much time for the person who's watching this, for you who is watching this, that I'm wasting your time. And that I need to keep it short to make it valuable. Those are the stories I hold. And yet neither of that is true. You're choosing to watch. I'm choosing to document. You determine what's worth your time or not. I don't. Wow, I need to unchain from looking at the time and making that mean something for you, and you get to make that decision. Gotta tell you, man, there are opportunities everywhere. All right, here's another place I'm exploring, and I'm not sure where I've gotten to with this yet. I started a podcast like last summer. I was all excited to start a podcast called The Brave Rebellion. I have 5 or 6 interviews queued up all downstairs. It is not launched yet, and I have been working on it. It gets put in my journal every day. It's in my journal every day. Work on the podcast. I have a lot of resistance around it because I got stories that maybe the title's not right. Maybe these interviews aren't getting to the core of what I want. I just started, for freak's sakes. It's going to take me some time. But I'm chained to some sort of level of expectation or standard or, again, I want people to watch it. I want to help people grow, but why am I attached to that as being the outcome as opposed to just getting the information out there? And you get to decide, why am I making the choice for you? Why am I taking away the choice for you? So many things to help me reflect on. So again, who would I be if I unchained myself from making decisions for you? Lord, I'm going to think about that one for a while. But what I've noticed is that when I do get to working on it, I get excited. I have this big burst of energy. And then when the real work begins, like right now I need to record episode 3 and 4 to set up episode 5, which is the interview, and then a post 5. So I got a bit of work to do before I release the first sessions. Immediate fatigue. And I need to ask myself, what is that fatigue protecting me from? What is my belief around this podcast that's stopping me from actually publishing it and putting it out there? Because I got all the power around this podcast. I can change anything I want whenever I want. And yet there's something that's holding me back. So I'm unchaining actively in that area too. Let me tell you, it's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah. So that is the update for week number 1, full week number 1. Some wins, some insights, and some really deep work ahead of me. Gosh, I hope I'm strong enough for this. Anyways, thanks for watching. And hey, listen, if you got a word of the year, or if just tagging along with my journey for the word of the year and watching me struggle and watching me succeed and how I use this word is supporting you, share something in the comments. I do read every comment and I will respond. So I appreciate you watching. Love to have you with me on the journey and would love to also hear from your journey. Reciprocity is really big for me. So I make up a story that if I don't hear anything, it doesn't matter. We'll be actively unchaining on that one too. So many opportunities around. Anyways, we'll catch you in the 3rd update.